Hey, everybody, it's Alan, and I hope you are doing well. It's time for another episode of my journey into the discography of the band The Warning, guided by the kind people of the Warning Army. Today's suggestion has me listening to the song Take Me Down.
I once woke up and I felt like rising hope when I see the light shine down on me. I like to be in the summer breeze, trying to keep the strength in me. The light of day and dead of night, fire and ice. I knew you were gonna take me down. Oh no, you're gonna take me down. I fell alone. I was going down in the dark. Always feeling scared. It's so unfair. You make me feel this way. I need to turn it all around. The light of day and dead of night, fire and ice. I knew you were gonna take me down. Oh no, you're gonna take me down. I knew you were gonna take me down. Oh no, you're gonna take me down. Oh, I can't take this pressure anymore. Must I hold? I can't give up. Oh, staring down a broken glass. I'm alive and I survive. I knew you were gonna take me down. Oh no, you're gonna take me down. I knew you were gonna take me down. Oh no, you're gonna take me down.
Okay, so this is very, 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 very interesting because clearly this is earlier on in the group's recording history. And to a degree, you might listen to it and think to yourself, well, it's a bit rudimentary compared to a lot of the other material that they've written and recorded. But I think in this track, you can hear something that's very, very, very important. They're developing, if not have worked to develop, a very tight, cohesive sound. So it's one thing to be rudimentary, but a lot of younger acts and or groups that are just starting out together. They could be 40 and 50 years old. It doesn't matter. They play together, but they don't necessarily fit together. And the ability to be performing in a very tight, clear, and cohesive performance is very impressive. Because again, you can listen to a lot of groups, a lot of bands, a lot of artists, and you're like, oh, it's a great song, and it's complicated and it's difficult. But then if you really stop and listen to it, it's not really tightly put together, And listening to this, my first impression was like, okay, well, this is simple by comparison to, say, Crimson Queen, or Dull Knives, or Evolve, or virtually anything off of the more recent stuff. But at the end of the day, though, if you listen to it, the sparseness around the recording, the less involved multi-layering of guitar parts and a whole bunch of extra harmony layered together and putting track after track on it, to hear the sparseness of sound, and that way you can actually hear the directness of each instrument, each voice, each part put together, really does unveil how much they worked to play together and actually be a cohesive unit. And that bridge is stunning. It's beautiful. I mean, I don't even know if I would put a chorus pedal on her guitar tone during that, but I might consider it to add even an extra layer of lushness to it. But there's nothing about that I can criticize. And again, I know there are people out there who will think, and I believe unjustly so, that it's a bit of a rudimentary writing performance. But, clearly by what I previewed before I put this together, in the next video, when you see the live performance and you see that Allie is so friggin' tiny in there, this is very early on at a very young age she's not even a teenager, I don't think, when they recorded this. And it's incredible to think of such incredible young musicians really gelling together in this way. And again, it's really something that you almost only ever see when it's a family.
A continuación tocaremos una canción que se llama Take Me Down y después Fade Away. Las dos son composiciones nuestras.
And for all of our English-speaking friends, good evening. We are The Warning. We are so excited to be here. Next, we will be playing a song called Take Me Down, followed by Fade Away, both compositions of our own.
When
Wow, what an incredible look into them at an incredibly young age. I mean, unbelievably young age. You want to know how tiny they are, for lack of a better term? Look at Allie's mic stand. Now, it's a boom stand, and the boom arm is basically at a 90 degree, well, it's probably at an 80 degree angle. It's almost horizontal. It's not quite horizontal, but it's almost horizontal. And that's low. That's low. It's not extended very tall at all. Whereas if you look and see what Danny is singing through, her mic stand is probably a full 2 feet higher. It's still at a bit of a weird 90 degree angle. If you look at the more modern recordings of her playing live, she's playing a little more traditional, although her mic, as I've mentioned in other videos, is a little bit more like this, where she's able to look down at her pedal board and the front 3 rows of the show. It was kind of cool to see Allie do the intro and talk to the audience. As I was sitting there during the video listening to it, and that audible high-pitched chirp that you hear in the background that almost sounds like a fire alarm going off, or like an alarm for like a machine in a kitchen, a cooking thing that says, "Hey, food's ready, you got to take it out." Chirping in the background. Now, I'm not sure if that's part of a click that they're listening to, but given what I've learned from you all in the Warning Army about Allie's hearing and tempo, her pitch, her basic perfect pitch and perfect tempo, I wonder if that was bugging the crap out of her, even at that very, very young developmental age. God, that was a really interesting insight. I mean, you want to know a way you can kind of tell that this is very early on. Look at Danny's pedal board. There's no profiler, Kemper, multi-effect pedal on there. She's using individual pedals on that board. And then it looks like she's playing through, I'm going to guess that's a super reverb in that Rode case behind her. And I can't quite make out what Allie is playing for a bass amplifier behind her, but it's the first time I've seen her play through a bass rig at this young age that wasn't bigger than she is. That was very cool. Okay, I'm kind of curious to see what it sounds like a little bit later on.
Woke up and I felt like raising home. When I see the light shine down on me, I like to be in the summer breeze, trying to keep the strength of me, the light of day. You're
Wow. Okay. So once again, when you're looking at it, just look at the stage and look at the mic stand height, and you can kind of tell just how much Ali has grown between that original, the earlier version that we just listened to, and this version. I mean, she's got to be about a foot taller at least at that point, because her vocal mic is now at a little bit more of a, probably at about a, instead of a 90-degree angle or an 80-degree angle like it was in the previous one, it's probably more like about a 60 or 70-degree angle. And I love her bass slides in that bridge. I meant to mention it in the previous version, but I'm mentioning it now. I love her bass slides. It adds a texture to the bridge that not every musician would have thought of. And again, there's a sparseness to the song. It's an earlier composition, and that sparseness, though, allows you to understand just exactly how tight and what kind of pocket they were able to create, especially as a rhythm section behind Danny's guitar playing. It's really impressive, not just for such a young age. I mean, I don't mean to keep harping on their age. It's impressive for any young band, and I don't mean young in age. I mean young in experience. Forget about them being teenagers at this point. If they were coming out with this at 24 or 25 to 30, 35, it'd still be incredibly impressive because of the tight pocket that's created by that rhythm section. And again, sometimes less is more, and a lot of people want to hear more. These days, everybody wants to have layer upon layer upon layer of thing, and really that to me isn't the greatest use of the sonic landscape. Sometimes space creates opportunity, but it also creates an opening for your ears to concentrate on the instruments that are there. And, like, for example, I love Eric Johnson. I really do. And I love the Avia Musicom album. I love the Alien Love Child album. I love the Tones album, so on and so forth. But sometimes there is so much sonic bombardment of sound through these recordings that you hear, you're just like, oh man, stuff's coming at my head from everywhere. I love the Jellyfish albums, Belly Button and Spilt Milk. I love Asia by Steely Dan. I really love The Royal Scam by Steely Dan. And as much as I love all of these things, they're so layered with sound that there isn't really that sort of openness to hear every instrument as clearly as you might like to. Meanwhile, I could go back and listen to The Temptations' Papa Was a Rolling Stone for 12 to 15 minutes. And even though the whole thing is based over essentially one chord and three bass notes, you hear every single little detail. You hear just the hi-hat. You hear the occasional bass drum hit. You hear each one of the horns separated in. You hear the natural hand claps clear as day and realize that it's not some button being pushed by somebody with a synthesized clap sound. It's actually back in the time period where they only could, smack hands in the recording studio. It's one of those things where the space is the magic. And that's something that I'm hearing in this particular track is the space creates the beauty of the song. The sparseness of it allows you to hear each individual contribution to the song. And it's something that I hope I'm not saying continue to do, because I've heard obviously later stuff where it's much more built up and surrounded, but it's also one of the things that I think we adore in their live performance without all this layering of sound, where you just hear the three of them playing together with, the occasional backing track, vocal, chorus, or extra guitar part or whatever it might be. But there's still a lot more space in the live performances than there are in some of the overlayered studio performances. And again, it's that sort of purity of the individual members of the band really shining through in their space in the recordings. At least that's what I'm thinking about right now. So with that said, please feel free to leave a comment. We can talk about it further. Just know that I appreciate all of you, and I wish you well.